Hello, everyone, and welcome to Start to Finish for Citizen Sleeper. My name is Matt Bowyer. This is the first episode. I don't know what Citizen Sleeper is. I just know I got it because Alex Navarro of Nextlander said it was one of his favorite games, and I tend to really like the things that Alex Navarro likes, and I thought, okay, I'll drop some money on that. And now, a number of months later, I'm gonna play it. I don't know what this is. Let's get started. In the first slot. Oh god, it's an RPG. Okay. Character classes. Alright, we're set in a near future type thing? Okay. Operator. Extractor. Wait, is that it? Machinist. Engineer, interface, endure, intuit, engage. I'll go with operator. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. They have a chance to gain cryo on interface actions, which, that's probably something. Looks like my skills are engineer, machines and physical tools, interface, digital interfaces, endure, oh, I'm weak and frail, intuit, approach problems with awareness and billing software, and engage, approach a problem head on. I don't believe in doing that. Oh, there's a lot of text in this one. Someone talking to me? Unknown. Where am I? Or is it like, I don't know where I am. Do you know where I am? Do I read this stuff out loud? At least to start. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect. The delay between thinking and feeling. Between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Think of that body. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present. Cold, hard, at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful. Not like you used to know pain, at least. I have so many questions about this world. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Remember the plan. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited. And once you got the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourselves into containers, and then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft. Others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if, In the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reached any destination. Let's try and rest. Keep our... I don't know, I'm humbled in the presence of these words. Let's keep our bearings about us. Let's make sure we're able to act when the time comes. But you are restless, you idiot. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You were dully aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes. Cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Whoa! Oh! Okay, so this is... I don't really know why that threw me. I think by reading this aloud, by spending time with each one of these sentences, by giving it time to really work its way into my mind and into whatever handles my own mental processing, I got so dialed in on this, A, I forgot I was recording. That happens all the time. B, that shouldn't have done that to me. Here I am. Then light, white as the cold, softer and softer until a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. You are out. What am I looking at? According to my data, I don't really have any. Oh, no, I have cryptocurrency. Whoop. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. Oh, don't make me do voices. Sleeper, you all thawed yet? I'll keep talking. I don't. It's probably fine. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Of course they're not lucky. That's terrible. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with its glinting eyes the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. Sorry, locking onto me. Maybe I'm attempting to read ahead. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. He didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or perhaps he is just figuring out what to do with you. I'm gonna stay. This time, I don't really see a response there. I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. You are just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. I'm not really attempting to voice act here, which is good because I'm terrible at it. Which is why I got kind of excited at the end of that sentence, because I think that's a cool premise. You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one did. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. SNARP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well then no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? For now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. The Eye is the best place you could be right now. What's the Eye? The station. You'll see soon enough. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in as much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion. Fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Alright, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks back into the wrecks, his drones already converging on a rusting hulk, plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. I need to know who wrote this. I'm having a good time. Okay, welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. I enjoy actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Empty container. Your home for now. Oh, that's fun. That's using the mouse wheel. I could do that thing it said to do. Oh god. Nope. Stay. Nope. 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 Close that down. All cycles need to end. Rest and repair for the next one. Alright. I'm a digital copy of a person. You wake curled up in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. Oh, that's a good phrase. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed, its messages readable but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? I'm gonna say building a life. This is if I've made it out of there, I want to leave that behind me. It is time to look forward. Maybe you did get lucky finding yourself here. Maybe here, on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it is long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Excuse me? What the fuck just happened on the top of my screen? Condition, action dice, and energy. I'm going to read all of this out loud so I remember it. Your condition, which is the meter with all the little pips on it, represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by 1 segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Gotta find health insurance. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. And then the bottom bar is energy. You need to eat to survive. You can refill your energy by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Alright. We will need food. Alright. Interesting. Flickering. Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it is implanted. The drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? I'll call this okay. Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. So, I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Sure. Alright. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. Oh, you're playing the very first game I ever streamed. Art Spaceship Breaker. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor. And obviously, I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Okay, give me the... I know what these are. Air-walled cryo. Isolated from the market. It's what we use for trade out here. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can, and sleepers, well... Things being the way they are for me at the yard, I need the help. Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Alright, alright, alright. Off he goes. Alright. I'm not going to read every single line out loud. I'm enjoying the writing so far. Time to get to work. Oh god. Alright, here we are. That's the container. That's the scrapyard. That also appears to be the only... Wait, no. Oh, passage to the low-end gate. Ooh, what's the spinny mean? Is the spinny important? I'm gonna go there. Oh, God. Oh, so it did tell me. Actions. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. So repeatable actions. Oh boy. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy, condition, or items depending on their outcome. 3 types of outcome. Positive, goes better than expected. Neutral, hooray. Negative, oh no. Alright, so if I ever roll... Oh, okay. 1s and 2s, not great. So I've got a chance of failure on even putting a 4 in. 5 and 6, you'll always be able to succeed. Action displays information about their type, risk level, and the skill and modifiers by that action. Critical or repeatable. Criticals are only once. Safe, risky, or danger. Danger, anything but positive, has a chance to be bad. But danger is also the only time you're going to lose condition. Modifiers and the skill involved. Okay. Some actions require a +1 to perform. Okay, so we've got hull dissection, which is going to go off my engineer, which is 0. Manual salvage, which is... I'm bad at it. Okay, all of them take that little icon. So... let's try hull dissection. Oh, we had a negative outcome. Actions often progress clocks. Kind of like blades in the dark. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something, good or bad, is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Dragos' death, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. Right. So this is just going to be bad, but let's try it. That's going to move back in business up. In Citizen Sleeper, you will uncover drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives, depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any tracked drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow button at the top left of the screen. Then you too can transform into master form to fight Maleficent. Find a doctor? Alright, now it's up to me. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to fill energy up. Way to cover condition. Okay, just do it. You're done. You're screwed. Oh God. Okay. You need to access corporate pharmaceuticals. Otherwise, this escape attempt will come to rapid end. So I kind of feel like I don't need to spend all of my time here. Just doing this with nothing else, I'm going to run out of food. We got to get out of here. Done a little bit of work. Oh, man. There are so many of these. Okay. Oh God. Market. The market. Go to the market. Go to the market. Ask for directions. Why does this have danger in it? Explore the market. Into it. Well, all of those are bad. What are all of my options? This deck. Salvage sword. Okay, that's just a clock. We don't have anything to do there. Okay. Ooh, that's fun. It's all my repeatables. Shipyard. That's home. Cycle clock. Okay. We need to do... It makes sense. We just wouldn't know. Oh. That takes money. I don't have any money. Hope I got something here. Ask for directions. I love this one is just like, oh God, what could happen to you? or explore the market? Let's go exploring. Oh, God. It's a little scary. Yes! Yes! But, as you can tell, we didn't really get much yet. We're gonna have to do this again, because it's repeatable. Uh-oh. Yep, now we're in trouble. Mm-hmm. We are... the doctor! Okay, we're going to the doctor. You shuffle down the flickering hallway toward the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hab block, they have all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer, this body, your body, will... You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Always look at the person who could immediately end your life. The enforcer is looking down the corridor and you dare to glance at him. His purpose is unmistakable. He is there to intimidate, to threaten, and if necessary, carry out those threats. His broad shoulders are framed with a metal exoskeleton. A couple of mirror-like implants sit below his eyes like mercury teardrops, subsidiary sense input or aesthetic markers, you aren't sure. You also aren't familiar with the geometric blade-like tattoo on his arm, but you make a note of it. You avert your eyes when he looks back at the queue. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the bright market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above, and for a moment you are fixed by the motion. I was doing so well. Come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. Sabine! I don't have any data either. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak, they blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit. What do I look like? Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike, which is not how you read it, Matt. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. How long have you been on the station? I would say a few cycles. It's good you came to me. I'm going to start by assuming that you don't know anything. Oh boy, have you ever been this correct? Your body is dying. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNARP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping, they built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. I have some opinions about that. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which SNARP remains the sole producer of. Sound familiar? Yes. Good, that may help. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. and SNARP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. I know little of this is of use to you. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something. Anything. I may be able to help. They sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside? He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They are influential in the low end. They give me the space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. But Yatagan has connections. Smugglers from the Starward Belt. Mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive, but I think we can do it. Thank you. What if this takes me down a dark path? I have to live. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You have any crackers? You nod and leave, Sabine still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Now you are starving, you dingbats. Got 20 bucks. Maybe I can get something here. I got 20 crypto tokens. Emphasis busy. Emphasis busy. That's a different term. His broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables and some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Approach, I need food. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on bright market dives, their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. I love slang in like fictional settings. Give me that stuff. Give me that stuff all the time. Eventually, it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front. Emphas speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Thank you! The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks, the earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers. A hard life, a lot of stories. I know. Tell him a story? You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more. But next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. Right. Got multiple drives now. We want to, we got Repay Dragos, which is good. We've got Get to Know Emphas. That was cool. And we need to live. We need to live. Living seems like a nice thing. I would like to continue to do that. And we ate, so I wonder how much that stuff normally costs. So I think that's just blinking because that's that one. Yeah. So it's just the one that whichever one I have on there. So we'll wait for Sabine. We'll put that on. Guess I'm just gonna have to go check in periodically. And I'm out of dice, so I think we need. What is this? What? Steal dock plans? That's aggressive. I am in a role-playing game. I clicked on that by accident. Good thing I don't have any dice. Okay, let's get out of there. We're out of everything, so head back home and let's end the cycle. I'm enjoying this. I know in the past things I've done, I have not read everything aloud, but I kind of have to, because there's no voice at all. Anyway, this time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Don't touch weird webs. Even though you have no eyes, no sight, you feel the map of the station. No, not the map of the station, but the map of its connections. It is a looped cloud with spokes and spires that jut out into space. It is an ingrown thing full of obsolete loops and severed pathways. It is a system, a map, and a territory all at once. You notice a tugging feeling, pulling at you insistently as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours, all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second and you feel it waiting there, the station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored. And then it is gone. Okay, so the good news is I have 2 6s. The bad news is that I have just 3 dice. Okay. Okay. We got a little bit of money. Now that is currently lit up. Oh, that is filling. I need to make it 2 more days. A few 6s solve everything I see in the chat. Yes, 6s are good. Give me the 6s. We will need food today. We will need money today. What's over here? What's in the shipyard? Not yet. What are my options? Why is this red? Oh. Oh, because I slept. Where are my positives? Have anything? I have not seen one yet that gives me good. So far, I've not seen the interface pop up with any positives. Stop looking at that screen, Matt. It freaks you out. That's too much. Gotta wait there. This really feels like Blades in the Dark. I think I need to... Let's lead off with some food. Let's find out. Yeah, let's get our food now. Start action. I've paid money. Ah. 3 energy and fungus fan has improved. Fantastic. All right, this needs money, which I do not have. So I think what we need to do... we need to get back here into the scrapyard and keep working. I think that's... Let's at least do a round in the scrapyard with one of my 6s. There we go. Let's do that here. 100% positive. It's going to be great. Boom, baby. That's enough money to eat tomorrow. I'm now done with working. I have retired at the top of my game. Let's go back to the market. The market, we can still explore in the market. Oh, and we will... Oh, God. I'm just hoping this one goes okay. It did not. It did not. Alright, well, let's explore one more time. We'll get it positive. Maybe something else will happen good. Local knowledge increases. Great! A new drive has been discovered. Build up ship mine. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ort Exchange. With that and a few fragments, you could build a ship mine core. What's that? Oh. Oh. That's not good. Alright, we've got money for food, which is good. Can I eat again? I want my energy up before I rest. So I think it determines how much I have. Yeah, full energy, baby. Don't pay attention to that thing up there. That thing up there is not important. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. Please give me more dice. I need dice for a thing I'm doing. Living. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse. But you begin to try. Start on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes. One leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sphere shimmering above a strange, angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam. Testing you. Tasting you. I find that unpleasant. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. You open your eyes. Time is short. Someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. We need to get this up. That's where my dice are leaving me. That's where my dice are leaving me. I miss my dice. Tutorial, the cloud. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Oh boy. Whoa. What am I looking at? Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have a +1 or 2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. Is this something I can do with like my ones when I don't want to roll them because I'm afraid? Dude, I have to do one of these, right? I don't have a cipher. That's not something I have. There are a lot of these. Gang enforces implants are chirping out comm signals. Time to see what they are about. Let's extract the data. Now I've got some data. Guessing I can use that somewhere. What's... Uh-oh. Okay. We don't necessarily need food today. We could kind of use some food today. I feel like I want to keep working here. Can I get the, No, that's not what I want. I think the risky is just higher chances. I don't think they give me more. I don't want to do that. Oh, let's... Oh, come on! Okay. That was alright. My last die for the day. Do I play the exchange once? Or do I head back into the eye? Let's poke around in the eye. No, not that one. Don't have any Solheim data. All the way to the bottom. Oh, what's going on here? Still don't have that either. This is cool. I'm enjoying this. Does seem like a lot of these are used for lower dice. Although maybe I just have more maneuverability there because I have the bonuses. All right, so I don't really have anything in there I can do. More money? I'm gonna need to go down at some point. Let's keep helping Dragos. Different sound effect. Anyway, let's go over here. This also lets me test my something about a theory on the dice. All right, that was good. One more success. We've got some stuff. Okay, back to the container. Advance things. Oh God. Okay. If I had another dream, I was going to stop there, but instead, I think we're just going to get out there and we're going to do stuff. Oh! As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up! Okay, who's saying hi to me? What's up? Bang is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? You do now. I've seen you hanging around, just want to chat. You staying in that thing? Rough, it can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erland said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but, well, not always very practical. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? Are you like me? Are you like me? You look like you're from a 1980s anime. I like that. All these people look like they should be making Gundams. You pass together into the main walkway. Avinash, we are all one dysfunctional family. I'm not part of the security branch, though, don't worry. I'm with Systems. Systems. Everything the eye runs on. This place is a ruin, but Systems keeps it spinning somehow. At least we try to. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around, and, well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. This is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare, then, when you're settled, stop by. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. Stay clean, sleeper. Ooh. Alright. Let's go check in with Sabine. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshira's implants, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how yet again. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I'm the test case? That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. That's me, right? I'm the unfamiliar part. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. Means? Good things, I hope. Which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. At least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Okay, let's do it. What are my choices? But let me not say it in a really defeatist manner. I saved that for my real life. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe, and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection but with little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness. Muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater. Prickling waves of cold. It's basically how I get through a dental appointment. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? What happened? Did I die? The stabilizer is genuine. I don't know how Yadigan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. You should rest some more, but you are going to have to do that somewhere else. I have other patients. Sorry. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You are going to need to pay for your next one. Silence fills the room and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you have been out. Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Wah! That was cool, and this game is cool. Unfortunately, I have to stop right now. That's the end of my work. That's the end of my lunch break, so I do have to go back to work now. Again, 1 hour a day, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch, sometime shortly after that on YouTube. sometime long after that on YouTube. Who knows? This is cool. This feels like an RPG. If like a tabletop role-playing game, like a solo role-playing game. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So much being done with just simple dice, slotting them in. A lot of reading. Y'all didn't enjoy the sound of my voice. I'm sorry. But then I would question what you're here for in the first place. Anyway, that is episode 1, Citizen Sleeper. I'll be back at this again tomorrow. This is neat. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. I will see you all next time. Bye.